Hey, what's going on, friends? Welcome back to Peak to Middle School. My name is Narwhal. I'm here with Kyle.
Yes, you are.
And we're also joined by the one and only Steve.
Hi, guys.
Steve's my dad, for those of you who don't know. Last time he was on the show was well over a year ago now. And now we're famous.
Yeah.
So
How's it feel to have a famous son?
Yeah, it's pretty kind of neat.
Kind
The
of
sidekick is kind of neat. The sidekick is transformation. in front of
Sidekick?
the-
Am I the sidekick?
Yeah, you're the sidekick.
his
It's good.
I
transformation.
feel like I'm the main kick.
Have I transformed as well, or has just Kyle been the only one to
No,
transform?
Kyle, I think, has done
Transformed.
Done the most
Transform.
transforming.
Yeah.
My transformer?
Do you feel like you've transformed a lot in the last year?
I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, sure.
On camera,
You
you
wanna
have.
What do you mean on camera?
Well, you look different on camera. John doesn't
Okay.
look much different. You look different on camera. You look.
Okay. Thanks. I mean, I'll take it. I think you're complimenting me.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like a backhanded compliment.
All right, good.
He's pretty good at that.
Okay, great.
So, yeah, we're joined by Steve. You know, we just wanted to have him on for a plethora of reasons, but in particular, I read my poem about hating old ladies the other day.
It was wonderfully written.
It was beautiful. It brought
Yeah.
people to tears.
I cried.
I think that was probably one of my favorite episodes. So if you guys if you don't know what we're talking about, you should probably go watch that episode before this one. But then a couple of days later, I came downstairs and Steve was like, I have a rebuttal.
Yeah.
Now, do you want to explain?
Well, that hit home. That poem hit home.
As an old woman, it hit
Well,
home.
Well, kinda, I guess.
Okay.
But because there's old men too, you know, so old
Right.
women, old men, they're in the same.
Oh, so you
kinda-
felt like we were
Oh.
taking shots at you, kind of.
No, not.
Do you
no,
think-
no.
are-
I didn't think you took shots at any of them.
Okay.
At
I mean, he
either
did
men or
say, like, I hope they burn in hell. That feels
he
like
did say that.
I feel like that was in the
Yeah,
poem.
my last line was, I hope they all burn in hell.
That feels like a
Oh,
shot at old
God,
women.
John.
I don't really hope that.
This
I'm
is your
just-
son.
I'm just an artist, guys. That's what they do. You know, people make songs about breakup
Yeah.
songs when they're happily married.
That's true.
Okay?
Yeah.
So it's
So that bothered me. So I woke up in the middle of the night thinking
In a
that
cold sweat.
someone should come to the defense of the old ladies,
Okay.
okay.
and that's what started this. I couldn't
That-
go back to sleep.
Wow. Wait, so
Wow.
did you get up and start writing in the middle of the night, or you just thought about it?
No, I thought about it for about an hour, but then I was afraid I was going to lose my thoughts. So I thought I better
Oh.
get up and put it on paper so I wouldn't, because I was getting too many
great ideas.
Wow.
like enlightenments.
I think that's what happens to the real poets. They wake up in
Yes.
like a cold sweat and being like, "Oh my gosh, I need to write a poem about X, Y, and Z."
No, I think so. I think that's what happened to me.
I think
I
it
was
kind of,
transformed maybe into a great
I would
poet.
say so. You're dressed like a poet.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
got
I know. I think I'm slowly gonna be changing to be in fact, I told
great.
John that this should be a monthly
Yeah.
This should be a
episode
monthly thing.
because I think I need some stage for my talent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's perfect. This is the perfect stage for you. I mean, you're in the right place.
I
know.
mean, we're accepting here. So if it's terrible, we accept you. If it's great, we also accept you.
Yeah.
You know, it's a judge-free zone,
Yeah, I mean, well,
except for
Well,
when we
this
make
is
fun
a.
of you.
I think this is a Pulitzer Prize composition.
I don't even know what
so-
that means, but
Wait.
that was
Did-
great. Whatever you just said.
Did you mean
Well-
Did you mean a Pulitzer Prize?
Or
Oh, Pulitzer?
Did you
Is
call
it
it
Pulitzer
a Pulitzer?
I don't even know what you
Pulitzer.
said. You see, you made
It's
up an award that he's
Pulitzer.
gonna win. You're gonna win whatever award that is.
yeah, I
If
might.
you just made it up, you're definitely gonna
It's
win that
it
one.
is a literature
Literary.
masterpiece.
Okay, okay.
Literary masterpiece.
Before we dive into your poem, let's also explain for the people listening. We have full video versions on YouTube. So if you're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts and you want to see Steve's beautiful sweater vest, which we can talk about that after. But the other week I was explaining to my parents that sweater vests aren't really cool anymore.
He's kind of
And-
proven it otherwise.
And he said I beg to
Yeah,
differ.
Yeah.
So
I've got a couple if you want to borrow them. I had
Well,
a
yeah.
choice I picked between this and another one, but I went with this one.
I think I'm gonna add them to my wardrobe.
maybe
Yeah.
next poetry competition.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I'll bring out my other one.
Yeah.
have
I was
another one.
thinking we could do a poetry contest where the fans pick a topic, like they did with my hating old women.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, if your dog poops in your house, okay? And
Happens.
then we all get like a week to write a poem, and then it's Steve, me, Kyle, and then maybe Shim or Matt. It could be a toss-up, and we all kind of go through and the fans vote who's his best.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm down to slam some poetry.
Yeah.
You guys' poetry, Steve's is about to be unleashed. John's has been heard.
And yours
You guys
is
have not heard my poems. I've never
No.
really written a poem, but poetry happens for me.
Yeah, I think you look like a poetry kind of guy.
Thank you. That means a lot. I would agree. I'm going to bring a pipe and stuff so I could, smoke a pipe like the poets do and wear glasses.
And then we go, and whoever, oh my God, and whoever the fans vote is the worst, the following week has to go to a poetry club and perform it in person.
No.
I don't like that. The loser can wear a sweater vest.
But I think it should be like maybe like two. You have a poetry off competition, and the third person sits out, and then next month the loser has to do. So you
Like the
have kind of
judge.
a champion, or I guess
Oh, so you mean that if you win this week,
then I
this
challenge
month,
you, or
then
you challenge me as the winner, or the two losers go at it.
oh, so they're battling for like the belt.
We'll figure it
belt,
out. We get
yes.
a poetry belt.
Yeah,
So
Now, you
this
could
is
do
just slowly
3 at a
turning into a poetry podcast.
yeah. Pretty soon
Yeah.
it'll be every week. That's what you guys will get.
That's fine.
Okay, so with all that being said, I think it's time you give the people what they want.
I think so. First of all, is there a title for this poem? What is this poem
Well,
about?
yes,
Is
but
it a
I
wait
have
and
to-
see type 2? Oh, he's even got notes on his.
He has guys.
I've revised it.
Oh.
I've revised it a couple of times. Just as the more I read it, I found
He's trying to figure out how to put his
good?
glasses
the more I read it, I found out that there was better words to.
Yeah,
so
he
I
found
changed.
some-
He
I
kinda
edited
went-
it.
synonyms.
on. The reverse way of most people revising their edits is he typed it out first and then went in and
No, I wrote it
stuff.
first. I hand wrote
Oh.
it, then I typed it. Then the more I've read it, I've added and
So this is like
subtracted.
your third or fourth
Yes, yeah,
draft.
yeah.
Wow.
This is
Okay,
like-
so
yeah,
this
yeah,
should
yeah.
be really
Yeah,
good.
and he's told me that he has rehearsed it every morning
Wow.
leading up to this. So
Yeah.
he really and it's like
And I'm-
3 pages long for those of you who are listening, and yeah.
And the problem now is that I think I can say it without cracking up. The first couple of
think that's
times I
good.
couldn't finish it without cracking up. So
Yeah.
Well,
and I don't know. It's probably so good now. You guys are, like you said, you might bring you to tears.
I hope so. I'm looking to cry today, so I haven't cried yet.
Okay.
I'm just waiting.
Okay, are we ready?
Yeah, what's just
Okay,
give us the title.
old people.
Oh. Okay.
Beautiful.
I may not be there, just not yet. But let me.
He's already laughing. He's already laughing. He's the first line in.
May not be there just yet.
Okay. You can restart. This is going to be rough.
This
Okay.
is gonna be rough.
This is going to be rough. Okay.
Old people, I may not be there, just not yet, but let me tell you this I get, in hopes you don't forget.
Okay.
Wise and frail, their driving skills scare me to hell.
Wait.
Their
That
story.
didn't, that even rhyme.
Well, no, poems don't have to rhyme, Kyle.
That's true.
It's about the art.
That's true.
Wise and frail, their driving skills scare me to hell. Their stories I'm going to tell. Old people, it's important to know, before you throw them under the bus, of what it must have been like. The Great Depression, World War II, and raising kids the likes of you two.
Whoa. Damn, so raising us was like World War II.
Kind of similar. It's just a Great Depression.
The Great Depression, World War II, and raising kids the likes of you two. Listen closely, and I will tell, in hopes that you don't go to hell.
Okay.
Thank you. So
Old-
he's doing this for us.
That's good. Thank you.
Old people, bad eyesight, bad hearing may prevent them from skiing. Take them to karaoke, casino, or bingo to see their superior ego.
Whoa. Okay.
Pills, spills, stains, and more. 3 or 4 remedies galore.
Oh.
Ask them, and they may know how to cure your runny nose.
Oh.
I
They're
mean,
useful.
It's pretty easy to cure a runny nose. I mean,
Let's take a Dayquil.
okay.
Old people, gadgets and gizmos, you think they're so easy, like internet, email, Excel. Try threading a needle or fixing a chair, you would be stumped and say, "Who cares?"
Oh, that's a great point.
That's very true.
Old people with aches and pains, false teeth to blame. They love a good grilled cheese just the same. With soup and tea, their flasks by their knees. It's all they want to satisfy their needs.
Wow, that was kind of bars right there.
That was good.
Beautiful.
Old people, you gambling men, place your bet if you want to win. Race to place your bet today. Listen to me, and I'll tell you how to win. With Venmo or Bitcoin or whatever you use.
Wait, is that the middle of the line? Wait, was that a separate like sentence?
He's gonna tell us how to win with Venmo.
So do you mean you're gonna tell me how to win with Venmo?
You gambling men, place your bet if you want to win.
Yeah.
Race to place your bet today. Listen to me, I'll tell you how to win. With Venmo or Bitcoin or whatever you use, the bet to place you will not lose.
Oh.
You will be old one day, this is true. So place that bet. It's all part of the human race.
That last line.
The human race? It's like the humans racing to old age?
Was that like a double entendre? It's like it has like two meanings, like race, like run, like it's a race, but also the human race.
That's the human race. You'll be old.
Yeah, no, but like, do you mean like the human species, or do you mean like the human, like
the race to being old?
The race to being old, like we're all gonna get there one day.
We're all gonna get there one day.
Wow. I mean, that was very well thought out.
That was like way more like long
like
than
told a story.
I thought.
Yeah.
Are you proud of that?
Yeah.
You should be.
Yeah. I'm proud of you.
Well, I took your poem and I tried to rebut.
Yeah, you paid homage to the grilled cheese line.
Excel.
That
was the best part, because you're right. I could not build a chair.
Repair a chair.
And I couldn't
repair a chair.
I couldn't thread a needle and like knit things.
Yeah.
I couldn't sew something if I had to.
Yeah, no, I couldn't.
Now, I did want to kind of push back on some of these lines here. So could we go through line by line and kind of hear your kind of explanation maybe?
Okay.
Well, first of all,
Oh, yeah, we didn't snap for you.
got to snap.
This is
what
what
they
poets
do.
do.
They don't clap.
Yeah.
They snap. It's more peaceful.
Oh, that mellowed me out.
Keeping our ambiance, yeah.
Well, I think there's old people that are going to be listening to your poem.
I mean, not really though.
No,
Yeah.
we have a lot of old people listening to this podcast. This is kind of built towards the elderly.
Maybe more like friends and family type. that
You
might
mean
listen
like
to it?
if a kid is listening and his grandma's in the room and they'll hear it?
Or your grandmother.
Oh.
Or your mom.
Oh, well.
Yeah, well,
Mine are all dead.
my mom said, "You better hope your grandma never hears that." And I'm like, she probably won't.
Yeah.
I hope not. So
Yeah.
you kind of did this to defend them. And is this kind of to help to cover my tracks?
Yes.
Oh, so you did this for me so that
Wow.
if they hear mine, they'll be like, you can be like, look, it was a joke. I made this to defend you.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
Steve's kind of like a soldier. He's defending his honor.
He's
No,
defending
I'm
his
defending
kin.
the needy, the
Is
helpless.
John the helpless?
No, the old people.
Oh.
The old people. They need someone to be looking out for their back.
Yeah.
so.
That's
Do
true.
You, at what age?
Oh, wait.
They probably can't even
I
itch their
forgot.
back.
Oh.
You forgot your props?
No, I didn't forget, but
He had
it's appropriate. I didn't have time. So
Oh,
I baked some
wow, he
cookies.
made us-
I baked you some cookies.
There's no way you baked these.
For sure bought
I
these at
baked
Q-
some cookies.
You bought those at the grocery
At
store for sure.
Safeway. Would you, wait,
I'll have one after the podcast. I mean,
wait. So
I baked some cookies.
There's no way you baked these.
for those of you listening, Steve just whipped out a bag which we thought had props, but in turn he has a pink plate of five cookies here, which you can
5 for 3 people.
You can clearly tell are not homemade.
Those are homemade.
Someone made them.
Did you
at
their
buy these
home.
as kind of like a sign of respect for like thank you for letting me on your show? Or
No,
is this,
because in your poem you said something about
Chocolate
oh
chip
they bake
cookies.
good cookies.
Yeah, Steve's also he's kind of
I
proving
bake
his
good
point
cookies,
that they're
yes.
so easy to make.
But I'm confused. Are you part of this old people category you're referring
No,
to?
I may not
He's not
be
there
there.
yet.
Just not yet.
Oh, at what age do you think you qualify?
When I when my driving skills scare you to hell.
That's a good point. Okay. Okay, yeah, so can we go through this and break it down?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so read it, and then I'll stop you.
Okay, the first verse, old people. I may not be there, just not yet. But let me tell you, this I get, in hopes that you don't forget.
I'm going to turn you up a little bit.
Wise and frail, their driving skills scare me to hell, which they, by the way,
Yeah.
that age demographic, it does.
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Kyle has told a story of one time you said, I think it was, you said around the holidays, your family always would force you to ride with your grandma.
Oh my gosh. One time my grandma was driving back from Thanksgiving actually, and she was like, instead of looking at the middle, like the yellow lanes on a 2-lane road, she was looking at the white lane on the side of the edge of the road, and she was like using that as her guide. And she was just like, oh, the white line keeps disappearing. And she's like on the edge of the road. I'm like, Grandma, look at the middle lane. Like, he can't just be driving on the side of the road. Oh.
Yeah, there's people I've ridden with that I won't say their name, but it is scary.
Yeah.
You kind of want to say, look at time out, let me drive, you relax. And
they don't even, the thing is, they don't like, a question that Kyle and I have pondered that maybe you could give some insight on is at what point do the old people like realize that they're like a burden kind of? Like, do you think they know they suck at driving, or you think they're blissfully just unaware of the fact that they suck?
no, I think they know it, but they have to get someplace, so they have to, bite the bullet and drive.
And they don't want to give it up their freedom too, because then it's like they have to be taken everywhere.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to do that.
That's like that movie. I watched a movie a couple weeks ago about this old lady that she has to get a
Miss
butler.
Daisy.
Miss Daisy.
Harry Potter.
Driving Miss Daisy. No, it's a Oscar-winning.
It's with when Morgan Freeman was like young.
Oh.
It's an Oscar-winning movie. Yeah,
it was pretty good.
That's exactly.
Okay. So their driving skills scare me to hell.
They're stories I'm going to tell. So I tried to represent old people.
Yeah.
It's important to know before you threw them under the bus.
John chucked them under the bus and
Yeah,
then
I
stomped
know.
on them after.
Yeah.
Well,
So you should have what it must have been like, the Great Depression, World War II.
Yeah, you don't
and
know,
especially
John.
raising kids like
Yeah,
you
you don't know.
Okay, but the old people,
Actually, the old people are kind of the ones that
old
like
people
raised
that
you.
are old now,
Yeah.
they weren't in the Great Depression.
No,
Yeah, they
some of
were.
them were.
No.
Yeah.
they were.
What year was the Great
It
Depression?
was in
The
like
30s.
the 30s.
Okay.
So there are
Late-
people that are like
so
90.
they're like 90.
Yeah.
But
like-
Yeah,
a lot
like
of the
my
old-
mom and
But I wasn't. I was referring to like maybe the 74-year-olds. They missed the Great Depression.
well, yeah, but you didn't say that in your poem.
No, you're right.
You
Sure, you
didn't
didn't specify how old.
Yeah.
But even that, they still remember
Yeah.
the Great
there's
Depression because
still
it was still fresh. Their parents probably talked about it, so they grew up. Even if they were on the shirt tail or the tail end of the Depression, they probably knew what it was like.
Dust
Yeah.
Bowl. When was that?
the Dust Bowl.
Yeah.
Wasn't that around?
That's
this
at
time
the
of
yeah.
Great
That's
Depression?
about the 30s, mid-30s. That's
Imagine dust just
Dusty everywhere.
and if you don't even like open your doors and it just fills your whole
Oh,
house.
it covered your house. Your barns, cows were
What?
just suffocated.
Was that everywhere or just in the Midwest?
No, in the Midwest.
Oh. That sucks.
You
Yeah,
just
that-
walk outside, all your cows are just dead.
Yep,
There's
they're suffocated. But
your whole house just dust everywhere.
Steve's just manhandling.
Have
his
you ever watched?
home.
There's been shows on the History Station about that.
No, I
There's
haven't seen
footage.
it.
Oh, it's,
remember-
really,
Sounds terrible.
it's something old people do. Kyle is watch History
Yeah,
Station.
that's another thing. That's a channel that is not on my radar.
Yeah, well, you
History Channel is
you
not.
should maybe you can even Netflix something like that. Those kind of shows. I
Yeah,
don't
there's
know.
Yeah.
definitely stuff.
I got
about the
ESPN
Dust Bowl.
though.
But Kyle's logic is like, if I could watch Drake and Josh
Yeah.
from Nickelodeon,
If I could watch ESPN.
why would I watch the Dust Bowl?
I got Stephen A. Smith on
The
TV.
Dust Bowl, that could be like an NCAA like bowl game.
Well, there's a couple shows you should watch. You should watch Ancient Aliens and
seen you watch
the
that.
History Station.
And HGTV.
I do HD, not
But
I
it's,
do,
he
just
kind of
'cause I have
judges
to.
HGTV because you know how like fake a lot of that
Yeah.
stuff is.
Yeah.
but I also watch it because my wife watching it, so I have to.
But you're kind of like real life HGTV.
Yeah.
Like you build your own stuff, you know?
Yeah. So I. Okay, so
Wait, but like just to defend my point, just because you grew up in World War II and the Great Depression doesn't mean that you're automatically like being slow. Like, for example, I said they're slow. That's one of the things I criticized. that is not a direct result of the Great Depression or World War II. That's just a result of being old.
They could have gotten injured in World War II.
Oh, and that's why.
And thus been
Or
slow.
no, but they could have had loved ones that they lost in World War II. I mean, there's other events.
Does that make them slow?
I use those two as just two examples.
Yeah.
Well, I use three examples because I use the Great Depression, World War II, and raising kids the likes of you two.
I'm sure that was tough. Raising this kid. John claimed that he would scream and he would be screaming at Morgan or something, and he would just go outside and keep screaming.
Oh, yeah. Do you remember if I had rage moments
No,
at
he has
Morgan?
temper tantrums. Yeah, he did.
He still does.
And there was that one time where we tried to put your pajamas on. It took two adults, me and Karin and Morgan, to get his pajamas on. He was like 5 years old.
But it was like a couple weeks of that, right? Or was it just one night?
Well, one time we tried to get we tried to get pajamas on. You kept fussing and fussing, and we finally
just the worst.
whatever. So then we thought, well, let's put his pajamas on 2 or 3 hours before bedtime. So he didn't correlate. We thought he was correlating putting the pajamas on as bedtime.
So you thought I was going nuts because I'm like, I don't want to go to bed yet.
Yeah. So this one time we said, well, let's just put him on at like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and he'll just have his pajamas on. But he knew that he didn't want to go to bed at 4 o'clock. I said, John, no, it's not, John. We're just putting these on. You'll be ready for bed. It's nothing that you don't have to go to bed now. God, he just had made a fit.
What a dumb 5-year-old.
I mean, it was like he was superhero power. We couldn't get his pajamas. He had a
thought I was
onesie. You know, it was the
possessed.
kind that had the feet in it and the hands all one piece.
Good luck.
And his one hand would go up, and then one leg would go up. And Morgan, we had Karin holding one. I was holding 2 legs. Morgan was holding one.
But wouldn't a smart 5-year-old say, you know what, sure, you can put my pajamas on, and then just take them off after?
Oh,
That would be smarter.
He wasn't smart though.
No,
he
that's true.
just.
Just an aggressive
listen,
5-year-old.
You probably had 5 who weren't much smarter
But
either.
That's
that
right.
one day, that was only one day, but that for about a week straight, he didn't want to put his pajamas on, so we thought we'd try to outsmart him, but he didn't. And there was another time with John. We went on a vacation in Arizona to grandparents' house,
Okay.
and John was a terrible eater, so I was on vacation, so we had breakfast. He didn't want to eat any breakfast. I said, well, no, I'm going to just sit here until you eat breakfast. You're not getting up until you eat breakfast. So he said, John was little. He was in a high chair, in fact, so he was kind of trapped.
Yeah, he's held captive. in his
He's
high
held
chair.
captive. So he sat there.
Prisoner.
So like I thought, like an hour goes by. I'm thinking, John, if you want to get out, just eat your breakfast. Some of your breakfast. I didn't care. Wasn't going to hold him to like cleaning the plate, but he sat there, and finally at like 2.5 hours, I said, screw it. Get out. He wore me down.
Screw this
I
kid.
won.
He did win. I couldn't believe it because I thought for sure I could wait him out.
Why didn't you
Yeah.
want to eat your breakfast, dude?
Dude, I was
What's wrong with
full.
breakfast food,
I
man?
wasn't hungry.
In the morning?
You know as well as anyone that
I know.
if you're not hungry, you can't. It's hard to force feed yourself.
I'm just saying that you give me crap because I was a picky eater as a child. Seems like John.
Okay, but I was like in a high chair. You were in like middle school.
Well, that's true, but
Yeah, John. I mean, it was only that high chair event. There probably was like a month prior to that, maybe around here before we went on vacation, and I couldn't do that here because I had to get off and go to work. But I thought, well, shit, I'm on vacation, so I can sit him out. But
psych.
I lost.
Wasted your vacation waiting for John to eat food.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at the grandparents' house, and they had a swimming pool. I was sitting outside. It was nice. We're inside at the breakfast table in a high chair waiting for him to
Yeah.
eat something.
Well, that might have been the start of my personality. Which next episode, a few episodes ago we did Kyle's personality test. Next episode we're gonna take mine, and I think that might be a large part of my stubbornness. Is like,
I mean, I don't think like you just become. I think you just are stubborn.
no, I know, but maybe it developed at that young age where I was like, damn, being stubborn
Well,
works.
it's nothing
Oh,
I
I
did
see.
to make you stubborn. It's nothing that Mom did to make you stubborn.
I don't know.
I hope
Dad, you know,
I hope you don't go to some shrink and they say, "Oh God, your parents really messed you up. They
No.
screwed."
nah.
But Steve, I feel like you're a little stubborn.
Now,
I
listen.
feel like you don't like technology and you don't want to.
No, I'm stubborn. I first admit that.
Oh, there you go.
So that's
Yeah.
it,
There's,
you
there's
know.
the.
Well,
The
let
apple
me
doesn't
say
fall
one
far
thing.
from the tree.
So let's say, Kyle, you're a psychiatrist,
Okay.
private
perfect.
practice.
Oh, of course.
Okay. And let's say you have office space, you got some equipment, you got a receptionist, you got to pay your taxes, you got a
set
house
up.
payment, you got
Damn,
overhead, you got money, you got to make a certain amount of money.
Okay.
And you say, well, God, if I have 80 patients a month, then I can pay my bills.
Okay.
That's a lot of patience.
So, well, whatever,
That's a
say
few- that's
40,
not
whatever,
really,
40,
yeah,
say
okay. All right,
whatever.
all right.
There's a number out there that's your break-even point. You say, I need let's use 80. I need 80 patients. Well, in your case, I wouldn't want to be your 80th patient because
How's
I'll
that?
never get cured. You'll never cure me.
Why
You'll
not?
say-
Oh, you mean-
because you need me to pay your bills. So you won't say, Steve, you're cured. You don't need to come back anymore. Good luck. Live your life happy. You'll keep
So-
now.
so-
Once you get 81 patients, I have a chance of being cured.
Oh.
Follow
Okay.
that?
I mean,
Do you
I
think-
think so. I just think your logic may be off. I don't think.
I
No.
think psychologists aren't. They're not. I mean, some of them probably are in it for the money only, and they want you to keep coming back. But I think a lot of them will tell you, like, listen, you don't
No,
need.
they'll tell you they want to cure you, but they have to be in it for the money because they got to pay their bills. They wouldn't be able to. If they only had 40 patients, if they cured 40
But I think
patients,
there's always,
they go broke.
There's
They couldn't-
always new people wanting
Yeah.
therapy.
And I think a
yeah,
lot of
but
people.
you're not cured until the new people
But
come
I don't
on
think
board.
therapy's a thing where like you just go and then you're cured and then you like stop going. I feel like it's
A
like
lot of people, it's like
you
a
just
lifelong
kinda
thing.
continue going and like
Even if you're,
always gonna have issues in your life come up.
Well,
I think a lot of people go to therapy. At the start, maybe like shit's wild, out of hand, but then pretty soon they feel like at a good place. But I think a lot of people just keep going because they just like it, you know. So if that's the case, then
but they
There's-
keep going because a therapist tells them they implant it subliminal. Is that the right word?
I don't know.
Subliminal message. They
Okay.
say, look at Kyle, you're doing really good now, but I think you can still use instead of coming 3 days a week, you still need to come 1 day a week, and we'll just kind of see how you do, and then we'll go for a while. But that's because you're the 79th patient. So
Interesting.
well,
Now-
I would say I've reached out to some psychologists recently, and a lot of them say they're not even accepting any new patients because they have too many.
there's a lot of people that can't be cured right now because they're messed up. So you're not going to get an appointment until they cure somebody, which is after
But
COVID.
you were just saying the opposite.
But yeah, you were just saying that
that they want as many as they can get for the money. But
I
I'm
know,
saying,
but I'm
you
saying,
seem to have
but
proved your own point
I'm
wrong.
saying those people are not cured. There is some patients, once they cure them, they still keep them on tap.
okay. I'm just
If
saying
they're
I
the
don't-
80, if 80 is the break point,
Yeah.
then they're never going to cure the 80th patient.
Okay. I don't
So-
know though. I'm just saying
And right now they've got 100 patients,
because of COVID and people
and they're
are-
all messed up. They'll never, until they get back down to 80, you're not going to get an appointment.
Yeah. But my point is I think a lot of people are not quote unquote messed up at all. A lot of people totally happy. They just like going to therapy.
yeah.
They don't got any problems that need fixing. They don't need to be fixed.
Well, they must have too much money in their pocket then. I guess.
I mean, I've never been told by a therapist like, "Please come back." Like, you need to come back. It's always left up to you.
It's always your choice. Like if you want
I
to
know,
come
but
back.
you got to think about the session, the question. They say, "Well, how you doing, Kyle?" You say, "I'm doing good," but sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night thinking, "Well, yeah, that's not good. You gotta think it through and work it out, and then pretty soon you decide you're not cured. Not they can implant.
So
Now, if you
you're-
would like, if I was your therapist."
but-
If I was your therapist and you
Okay.
said, "Well, God, I wake
I
up in
would
the middle
hope
of
you
the night
wouldn't
and
be
I
my
dream
therapist.
about this, that, or whatever," I'd say, "Well, God, that's normal. You know, what you have to do is get on the back on the horse. If you get bucked off, you get back on the horse."
That is not what therapists say.
Dad, I'm just
No, that's what I would say. Say, look,
but you
Kyle,
wouldn't be
you're
a good
cured. You don't
therapist.
need to
But
come
you'd
back
be
and
a-
see me. Just get back on the horse.
yeah, but you'd be the worst therapist
Yeah,
ever.
that is whatever your I guess what's the word, like your generation, that is what therapy is to you guys. Just get back on the horse and keep going. Keep on keeping on.
Oh, your whole family got murdered? Man, that sucks.
Go to work. No.
Put
Rub
your
it.
head down.
Not like if you get hurt, just rub it.
Yeah.
Right?
Hurt a different part of your body.
Yeah, that's. Did I say that? How do you know that?
because
Yeah,
I told him.
John-
I told him.
Yes, that's me. Like, if you hurt your elbow, go smash your kneecap. And so it's
No,
worse.
just
You'll
think my knee
worse.
hurts.
But then
the
fix
worse the
your
knee,
elbow.
but your elbow's cured.
I now have 2 injuries.
No,
now.
your
I've got
elbow
an
is-
broken
your elbow will
kneecap
be
and a
cured.
broken
It
elbow.
It doesn't magically cure it. They're just
Not
both hurt.
Your brain, your body, your mind, it all takes care of itself if you let it.
Okay. Now, before we get too out of can we
that
get back to the poem?
Okay.
Okay.
How did this turn into therapy?
Okay.
Well, we were talking about the great, see those old people, even though there's loved ones might have lived through it, but they're who they are is a part of the way they were raised, right? So
course.
the Great Depression affected how they were raised, not maybe them, but affected their parents. So maybe their parents now, they might be real frugal because they never had a lot. So now the kids that's being raised that didn't live through the Depression, but their parent is real a penny pincher, or maybe they don't cook a lot of food because we don't typically have a lot of food, but they might have money for food, but they're just used to not, so they want to save food. They want to save. That's why a lot of probably older people are hoarders, because
Oh my God, yeah.
they probably didn't have a lot, so they
They're worried about not having enough, so it's like might as well just have it all.
they just keep things. They don't want to throw them away because maybe they didn't have things.
Yeah.
Now, Steve, I have seen the back of your truck, and I'm seeing tendencies of
Hoarder.
No,
hoarding.
I think I'm a borderline, but again, I try to keep the stuff that I could potentially use, but
Do you
I
think
keep things for years that
could
I
try
haven't
therapy.
used, so it might be next week. Now, there has been times where I've thrown something away, and next week I needed it.
dumpster dive. You just
I do dumpster dive too, quite honestly.
Yeah.
But
He's
I have
an
some
experienced
stories about
dumpster
that,
diver.
so we'll save that for another time. But
Okay.
oh.
All right. Let's continue with old people.
bad eyesight, what'd you say? Bad hearing.
What?
Good one.
Bad eyesight, bad hearing may prevent them from skiing, because you can't ski if you, trust me, I've done.
I don't think Helen Keller could ski if you had, she's
Well,
got bad
blind
eyesight.
blind people do ski.
What?
Yes.
How?
Yes.
How do they know, like,
Well,
when
they
a
have
hill's coming up?
They
or-
have
pole?
a spotter behind them that
Oh.
have a tether, so they're tethered. To
so they're like on
somebody.
a leash.
So
Yeah.
They're a human on a leash.
And the person behind them say left, right. So
But like, imagine
I
being
wouldn't
that
trust
blind
that
person.
yeah.
How scared you would be. Like, you're relying on this person behind you,
now
never messing up.
maybe those people learned to ski when they had their eye. Maybe they lost their eyesight. I don't know about that
Yeah.
part of it, but there's often you see blind skiers.
Well, as you've gotten older, if the visibility gets worse, it's harder for you to ski.
Oh,
'cause
well,
you
yeah.
can't
In
see
fact,
stuff.
Kyle, John knows this, but I just went to my eye doctor and I just ordered prescription ski goggles. So,
Oh, wow. Nice.
so now I don't have to worry about.
Beautiful eyesight.
Kyle
Yeah.
he's always told me he's just so mind blown that you can ski when you
Yeah.
have like the worst hips
I
on
don't
the planet.
get that.
Yeah.
Like, how do you not get hurt?
Because for those of you who don't know, my dad, you have two
Yeah, but they're
completely
better
fake
than
hips.
Yeah, but they're really as good as new ones.
Yeah, but you've
They're
dislocated them like 7 times.
Oh, so
yeah,
did
but
you
that
get-
wasn't because of any. That was just because of they put wrong parts in me. They ruined the.
They gave you defective parts.
no,
did they
smaller.
give you
They
one-
undersized.
Fake hip, and then you realized my other hip hurts, so you hurt your other hip and got a second fake hip.
Or were they both?
No,
gonna
they
go
both
bad?
were going.
Oh,
And it's probably from
That would
playing
make
basketball. I
sense.
think I played a lot of basketball. I kind of attributed to that, but the doctor said, no, you should be. And there's people my age that play basketball, probably at where you work, right? There's probably lots of guys, older guys play basketball.
yeah.
Half court or.
You could have tried hurting a different part of your body, and it wouldn't have hurt anymore.
Yeah, but then I would have bad shoulders. But,
Exactly.
but
no,
knees,
it
hips are
would've
easy.
Fixed your hips.
That's my point exactly.
I always, I know, but I would have bad knees.
that is
The
our
hips are
point.
the hips are.
I don't want bad hips. Yeah.
Well, bad hips are easy compared to knees, I think, or shoulders. I think those
Yeah.
are much more.
Well, great. I got a
Difficult.
bad shoulder, so
Yeah.
that's good.
Well, you lift weights. That's not probably good for your shoulder.
Whatever.
I don't know. All right, continue.
So you can't. So bad eyesight, bad hearing prevent them from skiing. But now I use some of these because I know for a fact you take them to karaoke or a casino or bingo, and you'll see their superior
ego.
Steve, I have a question. Do you do karaoke
No.
often? Ever?
No,
Do you have a go-to karaoke song?
no.
But do you think one day, if you when your hair is white Will you be going? Will you go to
No.
karaoke
No.
one
No,
day?
that's
The
not
post-bingo
that
karaoke.
covered all the bases. I'll go to a casino or I'll do bingo.
Okay.
all
I'll
right.
do bingo.
Bingo's a good time.
Yeah, I've done bingo even as a young adult. I
Did you
bingo.
win bingo?
Bingo's all just luck, though. There's no skill at all.
Well, yeah, I think, but there's some people like certain numbers on certain cards.
Why do old
The
people
that
like
play.
bingo? Like what's?
I don't
There's not
know.
much redeeming about it.
It's
not.
because you don't need to think,
But-
and it's just a community game. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
it's
like
mindless.
you could golf.
And they give like like at old folks home, like Better Call Saul, right?
Yeah.
For those that know,
You've never watched Better Call Saul.
I
but
watched first season.
he goes to like old people homes, and
and
he's
the caller for bingo.
Oh.
But then he rigs it in one episode. He throws in a bunch of extra.
yeah,
or
he's
no,
a
somehow
terrible
he rigs
person.
It. He is.
Yeah,
he
I
rigs
mean-
it so one lady can win. But
Yeah.
Kind of a
So-
baller move.
Yeah. All right. So you'll see their superior ego. They
Yeah.
do have pretty big egos, which isn't necessarily a good thing. Like sometimes the old people think they're better than you or smarter than you, but maybe they're making the dumb decision.
Old people talk down to the us youngins a lot.
They'll be like,
I'm glad I'm not there. Am I there yet?
What, talking down to us?
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
Kyle,
no,
No,
just the
you're
fact
good.
that you paused.
You're good, Steve.
no, you're good.
You're young at heart too.
All right.
Pills, spills, stains, and more. So, like, they're really good at, like, if you spill red wine on your shirt, they'll have a remedy or two.
That's good.
But
Try this.
pills, do you mean like they're into?
They love taking pills. They
They
have to
take
take
pills,
pills.
yes.
I mean, they take a lot of pills.
Yeah. And they know all the kind of pills. Like,
Yeah.
if you got, like, if I got an achy shoulder, oh, God, go do this or do that. But they know
Yeah.
all the pills.
They get pills and they're like, "Oh, I know these how much these cost on the streets." Like,
Yeah.
yeah, get your oxy. That's $20.
Yeah. Okay.
And you ask them, and they may know, like, several remedies for a runny nose. So you probably, they could, like, take chamomile tea. Is that the right
Oh,
word?
chamomile.
Chamomile.
Chamomile tea or...
Or just blow your nose.
Just
well, yeah, but it still runs. It doesn't cure that blowing your nose doesn't cure it.
you just gotta outrun your nose.
Dad, like
If I can run faster than my nose can, it's not running
Dad,
anymore.
like therapy, sometimes there's nothing you can do to cure a runny nose. Sometimes you just need to wait it out and you need time. So
Yeah.
maybe they're going to try and give me a remedy and it's not going to work. And then what?
Or
Then
maybe
you're-
you need to do the remedy, 10 times before it actually works.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah,
there you go.
therapy.
Yeah, it's not therapy. Yeah, but some point your runny nose would be cured. That's so you can stop. Now look, this is a good example.
Okay.
So let's say an old person tells you to take what kind of tea?
Chamomile.
Chamomile.
Tea. And you say, well, Grandma, I took it yesterday and I still have a runny nose, so take it tomorrow. Say, okay, I'll take it tomorrow. So after 10 days, you may grow accustomed to liking your tea in the morning.
I don't like tea.
No, but I'm saying,
You might
I'm using
grow
this
to
as an
like-
I might
example.
grow to like tea.
So now, after 10 days of this prescriptive tea, you say, well, God, I like tea. So now you're going to keep taking it. Even though you don't have to. You're cured of your runny nose. But you
But
keep
what if
taking
it was the
because you get used to taking
But
it.
I don't.
placebo effect? Like, what if it makes me feel better because I think it's going to make me feel better, but in reality, it doesn't actually do anything? You
I-
know, like
I also-
sometimes they'll give you a fake pill
Well-
and they'll tell you it's going to make you feel better, and it does, but not because the pill did it, but because you think it's going to make you feel better.
That's true.
That happens a lot.
And also, I don't think that a runny nose is very comparable to mental health. Like, I can't just I can't catch depression. like some John sneezed on
like
me,
I
and now
sneezed.
I'm
well, how do you
depressed.
get? Yeah, you catch depression.
I don't think you
Not like from another. Like John, if John sneezed, I wouldn't just become depressed.
Yeah, but you can get a runny
John were
nose
depressed.
from not from anybody.
Right, but
It's.
these comparisons.
I mean,
are a
there's
little-
like wintertime, you get a cold. You get a cold just from being out and about, right?
Yeah.
It's in the air. It's airborne.
yeah.
yeah,
Dad, I-
depression's not
depression-
airborne.
I think maybe your thought of like what therapy is might be a little skewed because you haven't done it. Would you, if you got to go to therapy, but it was someone paid for it, or they just said, you know what, I'll do it for free? Would you go just for fun if you didn't have to pay? Would you
Like-
try it? Just go
Like
talk
if I
to
go to
someone.
like iFly for free because someone gave me a gift card to
Yeah,
iFly.
would you
Yeah,
do
coupon
try
for
it?
free-
would you like
therapy?
Monday morning at 10 a.m. you get to go talk to someone
Yeah,
for
but
an
the
hour?
you guys could do.
Well,
group
look
therapy.
at look at. I would
would
do
love
that,
to
but
see
my
that.
problem would be I'd go to the therapist Monday morning, and I'd be all fucked up by the end of the session, and I would have to come back like once a week.
Yeah, breaking
for the
down
rest
your
of my
walls.
I don't need any of them
Steve,
breaking
you got
them
walls
down.
that are just built over. You've built so many walls. You build a lot of things. You've built plenty of walls. And you need to break down those walls to finally find yourself.
So
and maybe you can express yourself.
Now,
through your poetry.
and quite honestly, I have been through some therapy, so I do know. Yeah, but that's where I've come to my conclusion that therapists, they don't want to.
Wait, when did you go to therapy?
A lot of years ago.
Was it like useful? Like it was good? You
I think at therapy, I think I knew already what they were telling me, and maybe it just reinforced what I already knew. But I stopped going because I already knew what they were telling me.
Yeah.
But you just have to kind of live through it, get back on the horse. Right?
Yeah, I think that's part of it. But I think it's a good I don't know if it's like a crutch, but like it's a good thing to fall back on to where like if you are having a bad day and you have to, they can't solve your problems for you. Like you are the one that has to solve your problems.
Right.
But there's somebody that can help guide you through your problems.
Or
help
Kyle?
What?
I can use some extra spending money. I can be your therapist.
No. You would be the worst.
Well, half price. You look at you're saving.
What are you charging?
$20.
No. You can pay me $20 to be my therapist.
Okay. Now let's continue. I want to.
My poem.
Yeah, your poem.
Gadgets and gizmos. You think for you guys, your generation, you think they're so easy.
They are.
Like internet, email, Excel.
Yeah.
Standard.
Try threading a needle, fixing a chair. You'd be stumped and who cares? Who cares?
Okay. First of all, like it's not just that like I think these things are easy, but like they are if you just
it's because we grew up with it.
Like when I look at email, I'm like, how is this not easy?
Yeah.
No, the email part is somewhat easy, but it's when you make a mistake that now you're all screwed up. Like let's say if you want to attach, like I do email pretty easy, but if I want to attach something, first off, I don't even know where in the hell to find the thing I want to attach.
Button.
Yeah, but
I don't know how to find it.
Doesn't know
is it
where
on the
to
desktop?
save.
It's in the computer. Is it here? Is it there? How do I find it? I don't even know how to find. I don't even know how to save something I want to attach.
Yeah, these are just problems that we don't deal with.
Okay.
But at the same time, like if I were to build a chair, I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
I like this is the backrest. I put it
here.
here.
Yeah, but see now, but you say who cares about building a chair? But if you didn't know how to do some attachment on email, you would learn how.
I would do it, and you would say, "Who cares?"
Yeah, you would just ask John, and if I had a broken chair, I would ask you.
Yes.
So it works.
Yeah, so we just each rely
but
on
I'm
each
learning. See, you will never ask me how to repair a chair, guaranteed.
Yeah,
never.
I don't really care.
I just buy a new one. I wouldn't repair it. I'd throw it away. Just buy a new one.
I'm asking how to attach, and
That's
I'm
because
hoping
you
I
have
will
no
learn.
You have no
Eventually,
other
I'll
choice. You can't just go buy a new internet or a new email system.
That is true.
You're forced to adapt.
Yep. Okay.
Now, another thing with our generation is Kyle and I would always prefer to just pay someone a small fee to do a task that we don't want to do.
Right.
If it's going to be more efficient. Like if we could pay someone $50 and they do it in an hour,
like to fix my sink or something.
Yeah, but if I could fix it in 4 hours and not pay the $50, you'd rather do it yourself, and I would rather just bite the bullet, pay the fee.
Opportunity cost.
Well, that's because I have the ability to do it. You're right, but like a mechanic, like if my car broke, I wouldn't. Well,
would you try to fix your car on your own?
Well, there has been a time when my truck, my headlight went out, and it's a bitch to replace a headlight.
Some headlights, yeah.
And but I thought, well, shit, this can't be that hard. So I went out and started doing it, and then I'm committed now. I'm an hour into it. I'm still screwing around, and so I spent some more time, and now I'm at like an hour and a half. So finally, get like halfway done. It's been a pain in the butt. And then, so now to go buy the ball, do it, replace, it's like a 4-hour deal. Well, if I would have known at the start it was going to take 4 hours,
exactly.
I would have paid somebody.
Yeah.
But I didn't know till I was already committed to the 4-hour.
That's why you'd be like Kyle and us, and you just don't bother to fix
anything. Yeah, I know you have me come and do it, like your
Yeah.
light bulb. So I'm out there screwing around with your car.
Oh, wow. You made Steve fix your headlight?
But
No, taillight.
I fix his emails.
Yeah,
I fixed my
it's a-
own taillight the other day.
Wow.
What about your trunk of your
Oh, that was
hatchback?
like $600. I had to do that. I could not do that myself.
Yeah.
That was some.
Well, you even had me trying to fix it.
Yeah, I didn't know what it was wrong.
Kyle
with
was just like anyone that can help.
God. And then I had my windshield wiper upside down, and then I tried to fix it, and then I broke it.
Oh,
Then I was like, this is why I don't fix things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's. Yeah, I think you got to go to someone that knows, and then you got to sit and watch, like I do with John on the email. You got to go and watch him. Go, how did you do that? Well, it's easy. You do this.
I
You
don't
do
really
that
think
first,
you learn
that.
much.
Well, I think you can learn. Like if I had to change my headlight on my truck again, I think I could do it in half the time, but I still probably wouldn't do it the
Yeah.
next time. I still would pay someone.
Okay.
Even 2
I
hours
wonder.
is-
All right, this is a good question. You can be the judge here.
Okay.
Do you think it would take me longer to do a day worth of Steve's work or longer for him to do a day's worth of my job?
Steve would not be able to do anything on editing.
But
Like-
if
Oh,
he's
God.
but if he's
Well, I'm
like
sorry,
building
but
a- but if he's building a deck, let's say his job for the day is to build a deck.
Okay. I mean, John, I think I could build a deck. It would be the worst deck ever, and it
with
wouldn't
tutorial, you would. I mean, could I use a tutorial and you could too? I
We
don't
Yeah,
if we
we
could
could both
each
go on
use YouTube
YouTube.
tutorials
Yeah.
on how to
Okay,
do
well,
it.
yeah, that.
So you could type in how to edit a video in Adobe Premiere, and I could type in how to build a deck. Who's would be more successful?
It's hard because like Steve's video would probably just be very like cut up and bad, but John's deck would also just be like, I'd fall through it.
Yeah, so he
it's
could
like I think
die.
you'd both lose.
Yeah,
John's would be
That
more
would be a
dangerous.
good-
Yeah.
That would be kind of a fun challenge. but
That would
I
be
don't
fun.
it
think
would get
it's
really
realistic.
annoying really quickly.
You guys would both hate it.
Yeah. All right, continue your poem.
With aches and pains and false teeth to blame, they love a good grilled cheese just the same.
Having dentures has to be one of the worst things ever.
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine that.
My mom went through some bad denture
really?
experience. Yeah, really
Ugh.
bad.
And then for like kind of the rest of your life, like you can't eat a lot of the things that you've loved your whole life.
Yeah,
like there
that's-
comes a certain age where they say, "Hey, 90% of the foods you like eating, too bad."
Does that happen to like every old person? Like they just
Not
lose their teeth?
everyone.
No, I think if you have good dental care, maybe it wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
You'd probably
Go to the dentist, kids.
die. Your teeth are still good. Well,
You have a fake
I have
tooth?
a friend of mine that he went to the dentist and they said, well, we can do this and this and this and this. And he says, hey, I don't want to have the best teeth in the graveyard. So let's not. So his point was he didn't want to spend like 10 grand and have this like top of the line dental care because he didn't want to have the best teeth in the graveyard.
Is he
So
planning
was
on
okay.
dying soon?
When's-
Well,
Is he looking forward to it?
no,
'Cause-
but we're all right around the corner, right? It's just
yeah.
I'm trying to look good when I die.
yeah, but when you're going to be old, you don't have a choice. If you're going to die of old age,
Yeah.
you don't have you have choices you make now.
Yeah.
That's gonna. So you have to make choices now.
Yeah, that's why I'm deciding
Like,
that I'm
don't
not going to
smoke
have a
pot.
bad back.
Don't smoke pot.
Is that
going
going to
to
kill
make me
you?
ugly and die?
Yeah, that will. Yeah.
Really?
I think so.
When you're old, if you're a pot
You should
smoker,
tell that to
you'll-
Shem,
I'll just die.
the most healthy and athletic of all of our friends. You should tell him that smoking pot's going to make him unhealthy and die.
Well, it's not me. That's the. I mean, I think there's things you do today.
Yeah, I just don't think marijuana's one of
Wow.
them.
What?
I did all the good things when I was young.
You just got a tooth taken out because your tooth died.
Well, it didn't die. It broke. But-
Okay, but I'm just saying.
No, but what I'm saying is I did things younger.
But you got fake hips.
Yeah, that's because I was doing exercise to stay healthy and
Yeah,
feel
exactly.
good.
Okay.
Oh, well, here
Well,
we
that's
are
good.
exercising.
All right. Okay, continue.
But it's other things: smoking, drinking,
Yeah.
eating McDonald's
Yeah, John.
all the time.
Yeah, I've been McDonald's twice in the last 6 days. Don't feel the best about it. But all right, continue.
With aches and pains and false teeth to blame, they love a good grilled cheese just the same.
Yeah.
With soup and tea and flasks by their knees, it's all they want to satisfy their needs.
So they're just alcoholics.
Yes, they.
So
Oh.
all they want are flasks by their knees and soup and tea. That's all
Well,
they want.
they have false teeth. They can't.
They can't
it's
eat
like
much.
you just
Just
said
gotta
that.
mush
You
up
know,
the-
they can have soup and tea and
And whiskey. That would have
That-
been a good line.
Yes.
I mean,
Soup and tea and whiskey.
Steve, is there going to be a point where you're just so old that you kind of give up and you just become an alcoholic? Like, I feel like that when you get to an age, it's like, well,
There's an age where it's like
Already there.
okay if they're an alcoholic. Like no one really cares anymore.
yeah, it's like you're kind of there.
It's like, oh, that's my grandma that drinks too much. But it's like,
well, there was a friend's grandmother died, and she listens to your podcast, by the way. Not the grandmother,
Oh, I was like-
my friend.
oh,
how?
So, so my friend's
Okay.
grandmother died, and the story was said that she was not to tell people how she lived because she would drink and smoke, and she died at 92. So,
Yeah, some
so
people
people,
just
you don't
do
want to
that.
don't tell people how you live because people think, well, God, she did it, so
well,
I'll do it.
that's the thing is like you were saying. There's like, oh, if you live a certain way, you can be healthy or whatever. But it's like a lot of it's just luck and genetics.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people smoke a pack a day and they'll live till they're 98, and then other people are vegan, they exercise every day, they eat organic, and they get breast cancer and die when they're like 50.
Yeah.
So
That's because they're vegan. They get breast cancer. They're vegan.
oh my god,
That doesn't sound even
Steve,
healthy being vegan.
vegan's healthy.
the most controversial opinions ever.
Quoted, they got cancer because they were vegan.
I don't know. It doesn't sound. I played basketball with a guy that was a vegetarian, and God, when he played skins and shirts, right? When he had his he looked like a walking skeleton. He was so thin.
Yeah,
He was a good basketball player, but he's
probably didn't get enough
Man.
protein.
It's true.
He didn't drink his protein shakes.
Eat more nuts.
yeah.
Yeah. All right, continue.
Well, flat. That was just a reference to like it could be wine. It could be.
Could be water. Staying hydrated with your flask.
Oh. No, no, I didn't mean water in the flask.
okay.
I meant
Chamomile tea.
no, spike tea.
Okay.
There you go.
Uh,
All right. What's
and then I know you guys like to gamble, so I thought if you wanted to place a bet that you're going to win, you just run. So you want me to read it word for
read
word?
it word
Yeah.
for word.
You, gambling men, place your bet if you want to win. Race to place your bet today. Listen to me. I will tell you how to win with Venmo, Bitcoin, or whatever you use. Because there's other things now in addition to those two too, right?
Yeah.
There's
Cash
Zeta
App.
or
Zelle or whatever. There's,
Yeah,
There's everything.
and whatever you use, the bet to place, and you will not lose. You will be old one day. This is true. So place that bet. It's part of the human race.
Okay.
So
Thank
if you
you.
want
It's
so you place a bet, you'll say, I'm going to put 20 that I'll be old one day. And when you get old,
Yeah,
you,
but
What are the odds? Like,
Kyle and I aren't going to be the annoying old people. We're going to be the quick ones.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
we're gonna
cool.
be we're going to be witty.
gonna be agile.
We're going to be like quick and
You know,
we're going to
so
be
where does old start?
That's
What
it's a
age?
great
that's
question.
a good question.
I think it's in the eye of the beholder. You know, That's such
the
a
eye
stupid
of
joke.
the older.
I don't know. I feel like it's
I mean, the person, so if you look at an old person that's like a lot of people can be 45 and gray or 45 and bald.
Yeah,
but
I don't
they're
know- I
not
don't know if-
old. But does that,
I don't think it's
So you start-
it's the color. I think it's just the way you live. Like there could be a guy that with white hair who's like hip
Like-
and
like what if I wore sweater vest?
I don't know that helps your case.
Does that make you look old?
yeah, that makes you look
a
older
bit.
than
So-
you would.
Now,
You look like a teacher.
I'll just tell you what. I'm going to say there's one day, and you'll remember this now because I'm going to say it right here.
All right.
There's one day you cannot say that you will not wear a sweater vest.
Oh, I'm sure I will at some point in my life. A sweater vest may enter my body. Well, no, enter my
okay.
body. Be on top of me.
Yes.
But
would
I
say-
don't know that it will be with much purpose other than comedic effect. Or
Oh, so you think you'll only wear it as a
no.
joke?
yeah, I don't think
No,
I'm gonna
I
be
think-
like, dang, this sweater vest looks good on me.
No, I think the styles, we've talked about this before. Styles change so
Yeah,
that you
it's true.
have to go buy a new sweater vest because you will feel out of place.
If you didn't
Don't
wear a sweater
don't
vest.
wear it. So the peer pressure, everybody's you're gonna
'Cause
show
we're
up in
we're
your,
only 22.
you're gonna show up
so-
in your hoodie and you're thinking you look all bad and whatever, and all your friends are in sweater vests, and they're gonna say, what is your name? Kyle.
What?
I started saying John.
Forgot his name.
Kyle.
Known me for like
Is it literally
his
his
whole-
entire
known me for
life?
like
Old
17
age.
years.
It's all- no, Kyle. All your friends are going to say, Kyle, get with it. Go buy a sweater vest. That hoodie is old-fashioned.
I mean, yeah,
It
I
could
guess.
happen.
I mean, when did you start wearing sweater vests? How old were
When
you?
they were in style.
When were they in style?
Oh, I don't know. Probably like
Like
this is
around when
probably
you got
30
married?
years old. I didn't just go buy this. I've had this.
All of his
30
clothes are
years
like
old.
30 to 60 years old.
All right, so like
They were
I'll
in
still
style.
when I'm old, I'm gonna be wearing sweatshirts and shorts and sweats.
Do you think anything that you own and wear now, you will still own and wear in 45 years from now?
I think maybe the like the style of it, but like the exact sweatshirt, no,
No.
there's no chance.
Now, I have clothes that I can go right now and I've had for 40 years.
As I get older, I feel like time goes by faster.
Each year it feels like it goes by a little
So
quicker.
you know why? It's the train syndrome.
Train
Train syndrome?
Yes. So
Teach me.
Was I born with this?
So, look at I'm standing 10 miles away from a train that's
Okay.
over in the horizon,
Okay.
going across. It goes really slow across. It takes
Mm.
10 minutes for it to pass across.
It's going like horizontally.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, the closer you move to that train, you get right up next to that train, phew, it just
Goes
flies
fast.
by.
It's like
So-
it's like exponential.
Yeah, so that's life. When
Kyle
you-
just wanted to use that word.
So now, as you get closer to the train, life just goes by so fast.
Is train death?
Is the train death? And are we
I
getting
didn't say
close?
that.
And am I me? Who's the horizon?
No, the train I think is the end. The
Yeah.
train is the end. So
But my question is, how come I have to get closer to the train? Why can't I just get a year older and stay in the same spot?
that's not
That's
the
just
way it
not how
works.
life
That's
No,
not how
it's-
it works, John.
no,
We
Okay.
get
that's
it.
not how it works. No, you're like, every year represents you take a step closer to the train, or every year or
Yeah.
whatever. But that's just a parable, right?
Yeah.
That's something you can
Well, I have a question for you kind of about
maybe.
that.
I got that from therapy, probably.
Oh.
Probably.
Probably.
I'm glad.
That's
you
the kind of stuff they give you at therapy.
I'm
is-
glad you got something from it though. That's good.
It stuck with you your whole
Yeah,
life.
seems like it was helpful.
Yeah, it's kind of depressing, but
Yeah.
because I'm a few steps away from that train. So I'm like,
No, you got plenty
Yeah.
of steps left.
yeah,
Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah.
No, but now to add to that, if you do drugs and you drink a lot,
Then you're sprinting.
no, you're going uphill though. You're walking that train. You're going uphill. I'm on a downhill grade. It's pretty easy.
But wouldn't that make it faster to get to the train?
If you're going downhill, it
well,
would get to
maybe
the train
okay.
quicker.
Maybe
Yeah.
I thought that.
So
yeah.
I think
No, I
it's
think
like
what happens is you start running.
Yeah.
So you're getting to the train close, like quicker than you would have if you didn't do those.
And the
Yeah.
more you do it, the faster you're running. So it's like you could be starting off, like a brisk walk, and then you're jogging,
And
and
then
then
you're
by
Usain
soon you're
Bolt.
Usain Bolt sprinting towards the train, and then you overdose and die.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's good. Kyle, you should be a therapist.
Thank you. I'm considering.
Are you?
No.
Well, Dad, so you know how there's like the thing where parents will be like, oh, like, like I raised you, like blah blah blah. Like they have this feeling of authority because it's like, oh, like I made you, I raised you, like I was changing your diapers one day, and now look at you, like that type of thing. Is it weird to see like? How weird is it to know that like you still have memories of when I was like this big, and
Yeah.
now like I'm literally like an adult? Is that kind of like a mind fuck? Like sometimes do you sit back and you're like, this is pretty trippy that like
No,
I
but it
knew
is.
Kyle and John when they were like little dumb babies, and now look at them.
No, it's not true. But a friend of mine told me, because he had been a parent before us, but when he told me, he said, when you have your baby born, your pets will become pets. So you don't, meaning like it's a totally different, like a lot of people, oh, my pet is a part of my family and blah, blah, blah. But it's different. It is totally different than a pet. Because you kind of, when you think about that, you kind of created them. It is pretty trippy to see a newborn baby. And that is it's kind of like a wonder of the world, or it would be a top bucket list for people that aren't going to have kids. You feel sad. For me, I feel
Like you think someone who
had
never has kids and doesn't want kids, you think they're missing
Yeah.
missing out on something special?
yeah.
John is pretty special.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, no, there's a lot of bumps in the road or things that aren't rewarding during that point. But
Yeah.
Now at the same
That
time,
gets-
how much did it suck raising John?
is that what we're getting to?
I don't know.
No, John's pretty easy. Both our kids were, Morgan and John, both were easy.
What do you think of? What do
Probably
you,
because they have good genes from their parents.
Well.
yeah, that's why I'm so hot.
Uh-huh.
Guys, all of you listening, do you think I look like my dad a lot or just a little bit? Because Kyle thinks I look a lot more like my mom than
Yeah,
my
you
dad.
look more like your mom. I think Morgan looks more like Steve.
Okay.
Well, John looks a lot like his grandfather on his mom's
my
side.
mom's dad.
A lot.
That's weird
Was he a
because I never
good-looking
got
dude?
to meet him. So I wonder if if I remembered him, like if I was alive when he was alive, it would be weird to see if I was
Even-
like, oh, I do look like him.
Not only you look, but even your personality.
Mm.
A lot like.
And he was bald.
He liked
which
talking
means
about
I'm
poop?
probably gonna go bald.
You probably will be bald.
Hey,
God,
right
I
there
don't
with
want to
you,
be.
buddy.
I don't. What sucks is like you have a pretty good hairline. Like your side has like good hair, right?
Yeah.
Like your dad
Yeah,
never
yeah.
went bald, did he?
No.
See, but you're genetically, they say that your hair is based on your mom's
mom's side.
dad,
Yeah.
the mom side.
Mine was bald early too.
So we're both just gonna be bald podcasters when
But
we're
you're
40.
lucky. Bald is actually kind of it's an okay style.
But it's like you'd almost always rather have hair.
Every bald person wants hair.
Is that why there's so many hair treatment things?
Yeah. Like Brian Urlacher was bald his entire career, and then he retired and
Now
suddenly
he has
had hair.
Yeah, that was kind of funny.
Like toupee, or is it
Oh,
any of
I
those
would-
things work? Do
I
those-
would-
Toupees never look good.
No, some of the hair treatment plans do work,
Yeah.
but only like the really expensive. Like you got to kind of go top of the line if you want it to look
'Cause
legit.
I saw somewhere not too long, like hair transplant. And they what?
Yeah, Deion
Put
Sanders
plugs?
got that too.
LeBron.
Yeah, well, LeBron's
Didn't
does,
work good.
does not work. He's kept falling out. But like Deion Sanders was completely bald, and then he just showed up with like a perfect hairline, and like I don't know.
Yeah, no, if you spend a lot of money, you can get a pretty good one
Yeah.
nowadays. But
Does it
May-
grow, or is it just permanent length?
Yeah, I think it keeps growing. I don't know.
I don't
You
know.
have to
There's
get
probably different
haircuts, or is
types.
it
Kyle,
just-
maybe by the time that we're going bald, the
They'll have-
technology will have improved to where we can get
Sure.
fake hair.
I remember like
Would
back,
you get fake hair with me?
I'd consider it. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like we'd get shit on a bit for getting
Yeah,
fake
but
hair.
only for the first couple months. Then
Yeah,
people forget.
that's true. Yeah, I remember like when there was commercials for like Bosley or whatever, and everybody would end up with curly hair, and I'm like, I wonder where you got that hair from. You know,
Wait, Bosley?
it's like they took your
Is that a
pubes and like put
company?
it on your head.
Is that a company?
Bosley, yeah, that's like a hair regrowth. I know
Like
there were
Rogaine.
places where they would take like your body hair and put it on your head.
Ew.
It's like, why is it curly now?
That's
I
so
know why it's curly.
gross.
Well, pubic hair, you mean?
Yeah.
Would they
Yeah.
actually? That's real?
I think. I mean,
Oh my
mom always made
God.
jokes about it on TV, but I don't know.
Jeez. Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to go bald, but I'm also it's one of those things where I would rather accept that I'm going bald and just shave it early
Than, like,
be
fight.
the guy that's like trying to save the little last bit of hair you
Yeah,
got and it's just
that's
like
true.
flaky and
Or like comb over?
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
where
not
it's
a-
like 3 strands, and you're like, it's like over here, and you just bring it all the way over.
yeah, I
Yeah.
wouldn't do that. And I'm glad that I can grow a beard because I think a beard will help
Yeah,
when I go bald.
I'm working on that. But I would get probably beard implant before hair.
Whoa.
No, probably not.
No. No, but Dad, what do you think of what Kyle and I are like trying to do, grow here? When you think of like what our dream is and that we go out and sit in the garage like twice a week for hours and just record and like do you get it, Nat? Like at the start, did you get it? And like, do you think it's cool or are you like,
Well, your generation, I don't think it's something I would. I mean, we listen on occasions, but not. I don't think it's something I would do. I don't wear earbuds or whatever they're called. But
yeah.
so I wouldn't listen to a podcast, even
don't
although I
think-
work by myself a lot.
Even if you found like a podcast that just was exactly your style stuff that you just loved listening
Construction.
to,
No,
you don't think
Ancient Aliens podcast.
Oh, I would listen to that. Like if I'm driving, I would listen to something.
Yeah.
But would you ever, if you found one you really liked and it's a host that you just like really enjoy, like a radio guy that you like, would you become a regular listener or you think you'd only listen on special occasions like a road trip or something?
No, I think just special occasions. Although I do enjoy that one we're watching about the Alaska guy.
Joe Rogan with this guy who lived in Alaska by himself
Oh.
for like
So
years
it would
at a
be
time.
You guys just talk about random shit, so I don't know if I'd listen to. I don't need to know anything about. So it'd have to be somewhat a story.
Like have
Okay.
a topic.
Yeah.
Some maybe someone's got, abducted by aliens, and he's telling a story. I'd listen to that.
You seem
I can
susceptible to conspiracy theories. You seem like you'd be susceptible to like Bigfoot guys.
Mm-hmm.
No, Bigfoot. I think if there's Bigfoots, we would know
Big feet.
by now. Yeah,
The big feet species.
Yeah, they're around. We'll find them one day.
No, I
I'll
think
prove
we
their
would've-
existence.
Yeah. But do you think that do you think that like PIMS is cool?
For your generation, I think it's right up. It's kind of what you guys do, and I can see it being.
Could you see us being professional podcasters?
Yeah, you guys have. You got
Let's go. We got Steve's approval.
well. You got the format down. You've kind of have shared and kind of the work that it takes to put in. So it's not. It's kind of.
You've got a
It's
system.
becoming easier. You guys now are talking about doing live podcasts, right? Is it
Yeah.
okay to say that?
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
we've done.
Well, I guess you
got
live
one.
streams. Yeah, we did one.
I guess you could edit that out, right? If I said anything.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, we
I
could,
mean,
but
we
we're not
can.
going to.
Doesn't matter.
So I mean, it's as it gets easier. I think you guys will find that it's
yeah.
not necessarily more rewarding, but it's something you can do for a long time. I don't know if you could keep this pace that you guys do.
I think
No,
we
I
could.
think we can.
Joe Rogan posts 4 to 5 a week.
Yeah.
He does.
But
like,
he's all live too, right?
No.
Well,
they just don't really edit it that much.
I mean, he makes so much money that, like, he has everyone do all the behind the scenes. Like, he doesn't edit or do anything like that. But then again, still, but even just alone, recording 4 to 5 3-hour podcasts a week is a lot of talking.
yeah.
Well, one of these lines, I hope one of your listeners, and Anthony, he'll probably listen to this, right?
Okay. Yeah, he
Sure.
might.
That's where I got that line from.
Listen closely. I will tell in hopes you don't go to hell.
You think Anthony's going to hell?
No, Anthony said, John, it's funny as hell, but you're gonna go. You're gonna go to hell.
yeah.
Yeah, Anthony said I was going to go to hell for writing that.
Yeah, you might.
So that's where that line. That's the inspiration for that line.
Yeah.
Great. Well, should we hop into segments and
Yeah, at
fan
this
questions?
point, yeah, we should probably hop into the segments here. So, guys, if you're new around here, how this works is on Mondays we have certain segments, and on Thursdays we have different segments. But today, since my dad's here, we wanted to kind of mix it up a little bit. So we have an A and F of the week, and we're also going to do fan questions today instead of next episode. So, Kyle, who's your A this week?
So I struggled finding an A, and my A I'm not even sure is real, but Billie Eilish recorded a music video, and I saw tweets that it was in a mall. She like recorded some music video in a mall.
Yes.
I did see tweets that it was at Bellevue Square Mall, which
in
was
Seattle.
Yeah, which is like in our area. I don't know if that was accurate or not.
I saw the video.
yeah, and
It does look like
did look like Bell Square, and I saw people tweeting about it. So that's a maybe. That's a maybe A.
So his A is that a singer we don't care about may have
Right.
potentially made a music video in a mall in our hometown.
correct.
That's awesome.
That is
That's
maybe
pretty-
my A.
That is a pretty shitty A. But hey, maybe not that much good things have been happening in the
No,
world
I got
recently.
2 Fs, so
So a lot of bad things have been going down.
I would say so.
Dad, off the top, have you had anything that you've seen that's been good in the world or cool that's been going on?
No, I didn't have a chance to prep.
Okay.
I could have if you would have
No,
asked
that's
me.
okay.
I could have maybe come
That's
up with
okay.
something good.
I got a good one.
Okay,
It's actually super fitting because it's relating to Bigfoot.
really?
Now, my A is a Bigfoot thief. There is a man that
What?
there is a Bigfoot museum in California,
Why?
and someone stole a big
No.
there's a Bigfoot statue outside the entrance to this
How do you
museum,
steal that?
and someone stole it. But then apparently, like on the highway, it like fell out of their truck,
Oh,
and so it like
no.
was all like found on the side of the road, a Bigfoot statue. But all that being said, I wanted to bring that up.
Why is that an A?
I don't know, but what I wanted to talk about.
That's an A or an F. I thought that was an F.
Well, no, it was an A because screw Bigfoot.
Hey.
I hate Bigfoot.
Oh.
All right, but I
I'll
looked
send him
up
after
this.
you.
I looked up this Bigfoot museum. Yeah, so it's apparently this museum in Felton, California, where it's all about like conspiracy theories and different cryptic, or no, what's the word? They dive into the world of unknown and focus on the most legendary cryptics said to lurk in the North American woods.
Wonderful.
So,
Sounds great.
yeah, I don't know. I just thought
Yeah.
maybe we'll go there one day, and
Okay.
Kyle can really embrace his passion for Bigfoot.
You have
Probably
a
won't,
passion.
but-
You like Bigfoot.
Kyle
Yeah,
likes
he's real.
Bigfoot.
He's real. I will discover him one day.
All right, Kyle, who failed this week?
So I got one is the Ivy League canceled all of their sports through February. It's probably the right decision. I just hate that that's going to potentially happen again, and we might not have sports again for a while. Also, gyms in Oregon are now shut down, so that sucks.
And gyms in Washington could potentially shut
Might be
down
right
very
behind.
soon.
Right around.
So I might lose my job. That's awesome. Okay, and then also my other F is that The Weeknd is doing the Super Bowl halftime show. And why is it always people like that? I don't want to
He's
listen to The
super
Weeknd.
popular.
Dude, they always just get these pop people that like I don't want to listen to.
The Weeknd is debatably
I-
one of the most popular singers on the planet.
I
Of
know.
course they're gonna pick him.
But it's
Who's
like
doing it?
The
his,
Weeknd.
His name is The Weeknd.
I thought you said they're doing it this weekend. I thought, well, like a
Like a
they're gonna do it
pre-Super
now,
Bowl.
like a preview of the Super Bowl.
Yeah, no, I don't want to
How
listen
did he
to
come
The
up with
Weeknd.
his name? That guy.
It's not even spelled right. It's
The Week?
WEEKND.
Oh, like-
and then ND.
The Weeknd.
The Weeknd.
Yeah.
Oh, the weekend, not weekend. It's
Well,
no,
no,
it's weekend.
It's The Weeknd.
It's
but
weeknd.
He just cut out the E because he's cool.
I don't know
apparently.
what the point of that was, but yeah, I'm like, why do we have to have like Adam Levine and like Bruno Mars? I don't want to listen to those people.
Who do you
J
want?
Lo.
Who do
Yeah,
you
J Lo
want?
and Shakira was dope. I'm down. That was good.
There's a
I'm
lot of TNA
down
on that
for
one.
that. I'm down for that one. We could just replay that. I mean,
So basically, what Kyle's saying is he only wants people that he loves.
yes. I mean, would you want to listen to someone that you don't like?
Well, I
No.
don't- but I can understand why they pick
No,
Adam
I know
Levine.
they're catering to a larger audience, and like I get it. It's just annoying because
If-
it's like
if you could
never
pick anyone, who would you want this year?
Red
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
They've already done
Nickelback.
it before.
Oh,
Who would be good?
That's an old group.
Yeah, they're still good.
they're so popular.
right.
Coldplay, I think they did it before, but I'd be down for them. That's one of
Coldplay.
those ones that like appeals to everyone that I actually like.
Okay,
So
there you go.
Sure,
What's your other F?
that was it.
You said you had two.
I gave 2.
What was the first one?
Ivy League canceled
Oh,
sports.
okay. All right. My F this week. Cat mascot at Northeast's highest peak dies after 12 years on duty.
What?
So Marty, a black cat from Maine,
No.
who patrolled the Mount Washington Observatory, died from an unforeseen illness.
Oh.
So they've had a cat that it's the highest peak in the Northeast. And they have places like that in Washington where there's guys who they build a little cabin basically at the highest point, like on the West Coast. There's like a highest point on the West Coast. There's a highest point on the East Coast. And they build these little lookouts and they pay someone like a salary for like an 8-month contract during the winter where they basically live up there. And I think their role is to kind of like see if like big storms are coming in or like
Watch the landscape.
they basically like watch over the land during the times when no one's out there. But apparently they've had a cat up there for 12 years.
By himself?
Well, no, like there will be guys that come and go, but this cat is just there.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But it's
Like
kind
a
of weird
mascot.
because like yeah, no, it's like it's the mascot,
Yeah,
but
but it's like you can't really warn people.
well, it's just kind of like poor cat because this cat, like, what if the cat doesn't want to be in the freezing cold in the top of the mountains?
But that cat might be thriving though. Well,
Yeah,
I got
I
an
think
illness
he-
and died though, so it didn't go well. But
Well, 12 years, that's a pretty good life for a cat, isn't it? Or not?
yeah, it's just like how did they decide? Like, all right, cat, you're gonna be up. They just throw it in there and that's where it
yeah,
lives.
what? Someone just came up one day and the cat was just
Dumped
like
it.
frozen. It's terrible.
Well, no, there.
Well, how did it come to
Okay,
be there?
a cat who
That's what-
patrolled the highest peak in the Northeast U.S. for dozens of years. Oh, for a dozen years, as its weather observatory's mascot has died. Marty, a black Maine Coon cat, succumbed to an unforeseen
Ooh.
illness.
Maine Coons they can handle the cold. They're big and fluffy.
And then there's a quote. As a past observer who lived on the summit for 4 years, I can tell you Marty was a very special companion,
Oh.
entertainer, and so incredibly loved by observers and the state park staff and will sadly be missed.
Marty.
Now, I
What
don't
kind of cat was it? What?
it's
Maine
it's a
Coon.
black
I
coon
didn't even
cat.
know. Is that a?
They look
that's a-
almost like bobcats where they have the pointed ears. They're kind
Ah.
of bigger cats. Yeah, it's a oh, what a good boy.
But like, where do you think they buried? You think they buried him just like among? Because like you can't really dig up there. It's so cold.
I mean,
They might have
Yeah,
just like
they'll-
left him on the rocks.
No, they.
I'm
I
sure
bet
they
he's buried up.
maybe
I-
brought him to his homeland or something.
No,
don't
I
know.
bet he's buried up there.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably.
Or
They found a way.
cremated and then ashes spread out there.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Well, there you go, guys. Now, The last segment here is fan questions. So before this episode started recording, I put a picture up on our Instagram. So if you guys don't follow us on Instagram, go follow us at PIMS Podcast. And send us some messages if you're new around here or if you like this episode. Let us know. You can message us a message you want to relay to Steve, and I will let him know what you had to say.
Okay, I'm gonna start off with this one because
You already got questions from people?
Yeah, we got a
lot
bunch.
of questions actually.
You're
Steve,
kidding me.
I'm gonna start off with this one. It's
no.
Josh Fry asks, "Is your dad Ben Affleck?" It seems like you look like Ben Affleck
Whoa.
apparently in this
I
picture.
know.
I guess
I hope. Oh, I do. Kinda,
yes, you
kind
little
of like
bit.
Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
So
We've
Wait.
also heard.
someone should call Ben and have him put me in his will because I'm his kin folk.
Wait, you're related to Ben?
I don't know.
Oh, it seems like it.
Are you his dad or is Ben Affleck your dad?
I mean, you're probably older than him.
I'm sure I'm older than him.
Yeah, long lost older brother or cousin or something. Yeah.
okay.
Steve Affleck.
Something. I should get something from his will.
I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So-
I've also got a message from a girl I went to high school with that said, your dad looks like Ryan Reynolds. Now, I think,
I see that more than Ben Affleck.
And
That's a great compliment.
have I
Steve.
ever shown you the side-by-side?
No, but I can see it now. Yeah.
I
Really?
found a younger photo of him.
Yeah.
You
do you have
know,
it?
a lot of people said I used to look like Pierce Brosnan.
Really?
Piers Brosnan.
Yeah, the 007 guy.
Oh wait,
James Bond?
Piers.
Pierce.
The old
Brosnan.
James Bond.
Yeah, the old James Bond. Not the original James Bond.
Wait, I
but,
don't even know who that is. Piers Brosnan.
The oldest one just died.
Oh,
or
this-
did he just die?
The
Oh,
original one.
this dude.
Yeah.
I
Lot of
see it.
people
A
I can
little
see
bit.
that a
I
little
see it
bit.
a little bit.
You got all those questions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Whoa. All right. Here's a hard-hitting one, Dad. How did you see your son's future while he was young, and did he meet those expectations?
Has John disappointed you over the years?
Well, I didn't see this podcast stuff
No,
coming.
definitely not.
What did
And
you think?
I thought at one point that you were really into photography, so I thought that was probably at some point when you finally found your calling, let's say, I thought it was going to be photography,
Okay.
whether it's
Or videography.
videography, more like behind the camera, shooting commercials, maybe at the sports events, being the guy running a camera. I thought that would have been a cool career, quite honestly.
Be honest.
So-
Did you ever think I was going to be in the NBA?
no.
What about before
Come on.
John got into like videos and cameras and stuff?
the NBA.
No, because I was 60. No, you don't really pick a thing at that
Yeah,
age
I guess
anyway.
that's
It's
true.
too young. But
John had no drive.
with sports, I would hope any kid that plays sports that they have I always, as a parent, I want my kid to have a good high school experience. That was if they could do that, then that's all that. I didn't care about college or anything like that for you or either my kid in sports, but I think sports is a lifestyle that you could do after
Yeah.
school. So, like you guys could play. You still play hoops on occasions, or
Yeah. You played hoops with us.
yeah,
And I beat you. I destroy you.
yeah. I wish I was younger.
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
only didn't have.
I have a question, Steve. You were our coach back in the day, back in our basketball days in like elementary school, early middle school. Who had more raw athletic ability or just natural basketball talent, me or John? Now I realize I was vertically challenged.
Yeah, you were.
So if we're
But
gonna,
you can't put that
You
into the
were-
equation.
No, you were timid,
yeah, I was
smallish,
timid and small.
and weak.
Just keep. No, he's right though. Like I was not aggressive at all.
Yeah.
I think
So
Kyle.
I think John,
maybe-
if I had to pick,
Yeah.
if we
if
were
you
just
were
to play,
picking teams, now there was a point. When did you start playing with John? Because I don't remember you even.
I feel like you coached me in like third grade once. But then you coached us in fourth and fifth grade.
Well, I remember meeting Jordan when they first moved here. The first time we met Jordan and his dad was at like Parks and Recs basketball.
Yeah.
And I don't know how old John was, but Jordan was then the best player on John's team.
Whoa.
When Jordan moved here, Jordan was the best player. And we probably had like Kyle Haney or,
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know if you were I don't think you were on
I don't
the-
think I was on that team, but yeah,
Yeah.
I know we were on the Switch together, and we lost every single game.
We went like
So you
0
played
and,
up.
0
Yeah.
and 15.
Played against 5th graders and lost every game.
Yeah, I
It's
remember.
actually still sad looking back on that we didn't win a single one.
Yeah, I found that jersey the other day. Donated it.
Cool. Do you have another question, Kyle?
Wow, what are the worst phases your son has gone through? Has there been a time where you're just like,
Where you just hate me?
John, what? Like, stop. Like, what are you doing? Like, maybe when he wrote the old person poem.
Oh, I have a
No,
phase that I know, but I'll see what you say first.
Let's see. No, I don't.
Like, he had quite the angry phase.
No, but that could be tomorrow. He could have. I think. Well, I mean, I don't know if he's mellowed out, but no, you got pissed. Yeah, just a couple of weeks ago when your computer wasn't working right. You were.
I can lose my shit. I
yeah,
can.
and it. You know, like I don't get that way, but he goes out and, like, hits his face against the wall, or
He does do
Yeah.
that. I have seen him do that.
Okay.
you know, he's the kind of guy that would smash a wall and break his knuckle or something.
Figuratively, I haven't done it, but that is something that I would
You
do.
You
wouldn't-
could build up there. Yeah, you
Yeah.
could get there.
So
Well, no, it's funny because I was gonna say, when I was younger, my dad would take me to, like, on nights when I didn't have basketball practice, but if I still wanted to try and, like, improve, he would take me to, like, the local high school or middle school or wherever we could just find, like, an open gym, and he would just rebound for me. And if I wasn't shooting well, I would just immediately lose my temper. And, like, it could be like 10 minutes in, and if it's not going well, I get in my head and I would just start raging.
That's true. Yeah,
Just
I remember
very
that
mental.
at
Yeah.
the YMCA up there. That
I'd
school.
get so
Oh,
mad.
God.
The
And then-
haunted
and-
YMCA.
And you know
He'd always be like, "I'll just leave." He's like, "I'm just gonna go."
Yeah, you were pretty hard on yourself, is what you weren't mad at me or
Yeah, no, I'm
it
never
was-
mad at.
But it was
you.
like you can't make all of them.
Yeah.
It's like
Michael Jordan missed shots, John. I also remember Steve trying to teach me how to shoot a left-handed layup. Because you guys would go to the gym sometimes, and sometimes you guys would invite me,
yeah.
and we would just be doing like drills and stuff and shooting around and whatever. And I remember trying to develop my left hand, and I just like physically could not jump off my right leg and shoot a left-handed layup. So I was jumping off my left leg, and you were just like, "Dude, just jump off your right leg."
Did you ever get it?
I got it eventually.
Yeah.
Now I have an amazing left hand.
Really?
Yeah.
Dad, do you feel uncomfortable when you fart?
In the presence of company, I would say you try, like my daughter or Morgan.
Yeah.
I don't think she has.
She'll let him rip.
She'll let him whip, and we get grossed out by that. We say, Morgan, just go out, just excuse you, do something.
Yeah, so like, but you and the boys, when you're like with your dudes, when you're like 25 hanging out,
Yeah,
will you guys
would like
will you guys like have
No.
contests?
Fart on each other,
No,
and, you know.
that wasn't a thing.
No.
Oh, it's
We don't
you-
do that either.
okay.
No, you excuse yourself, or you kind of. Morgan didn't think she could kind of hold like.
Yeah, Morgan's whole thing is
And
her
there's
whole
ti-
life. Sorry, continue.
There's times where like we're in a basketball huddle, let's say a practice, we're giving some instructions, and whoa, and I know that's Morgan.
But you did.
I don't rat her out or anything,
Oh man.
but afterwards I might say, Morgan, you cut the cheese or something. That like,
And she's like, "Oh yeah, that was me."
Wow. Really throwing Morgan under the bus in this podcast.
No, she would agree.
no, she's not old though, so
Yeah, that's true. She's
yeah.
still a great target.
Well, yeah, Morgan has this thing where she always claims that like she's
She
like,
can't.
"I physically can't hold it in,"
It's natural.
and I'm like, "Yes, you can." Like, just and she'll burp all the time.
Does
Like,
she get mad when
She
you
doesn't
fart?
burp as much. She used to burp like all the
Like,
time. Yeah.
and we're like, "Dude, what are you doing? Just stop." And
Yeah,
she's like,
she-
"I can't."
Does she get mad when you fart in front of her?
I don't really fart in front of her. I'm not like
Oh,
like,
you embarrassed?
no. I'm just like, I save them for when I'm with the boys.
Thanks. That's good. John's just like, I've been waiting for Kyle to get here.
Morgan Farrar asks, "Why is he so funny, and why didn't he pass it down to us?" You're pretty funny. You're a pretty funny guy. But the thing is like a lot of people that are really funny is like they don't like really hype themselves. They don't act like they're the funniest ones, but you're funny, but you also think you're the funniest person alive.
That's the confidence.
Yeah.
No, I'm my best audience sometimes.
That's good.
Yeah.
No,
I
that's
know.
how Kyle and I are.
I think that's a good way to live your life. If you can't make anyone else laugh. At least just make yourself laugh.
Yeah, no, I think you have to laugh at yourself too.
Yeah.
I think that's why I'm here today
Great.
in a sweater vest.
Yeah, I think I'm not. I'm laughing at myself for doubting how good you would look in a sweater vest.
But yeah, so I think you have to have a sense of humor. So,
I think this podcast has made me a lot better at being able to take myself less seriously.
Oh, me too.
And to like laugh at I felt like before in my rage monster phase of middle and high school is like I couldn't take a joke or like because I was such a perfectionist that if like I wasn't doing something perfectly, it would just I would get so mad at myself.
Yeah.
But now I can like I've realized that for content's sake, for the sake of the listeners, it's almost better if you're like a dumbass sometimes.
Yeah, and if something embarrassing happens, instead of like digging a hole for yourself and just burying yourself, it's kind of I just laugh at myself now because now it's like, well, this is kind of funny.
Yeah. No, it's good.
so you guys have talked about that, haven't you, on some podcasts? Like your most embarrassing moment, or
Yeah.
Well, someone asked, what is like? Do you have a memory of like John's most embarrassing moment or your most embarrassing moment with John? Or is there just any embarrassing memory that stands out
John missed a game-winning layup or
on the wrong basket?
Did you ever score on the wrong basket?
No.
I don't think I ever did
Yeah,
that.
I didn't either.
No, but there's like with Morgan. I remember we were landing in Seattle after a trip, and she puked all over us on the plane. John at Vail, you got sick right after. We have a picture of John and Morgan. He's a toddler. And right after that picture, we're walking down to our car, and he puked all over us.
And what's
Why do
funny
little kids just puke out of nowhere?
is I think that might be my earliest memory of my life. Because I remember puking in Vail after a photo was taken. And
How old?
from every story I've heard, it's like I was pretty damn young when that happened.
Yeah,
So
now
that
that
might be
trip-
my earliest memory.
Now that trip, John was the first one to get sick, and then Karin, and this was towards the end of our trip. Then Morgan and Karin got sick. I was the only one not sick.
You're Iron Steve. You don't get sick.
Well,
you never get sick.
No, but the problem is we had to get we had a 2-hour drive to the Denver airport because we're in Vail. I had to pack up the condo because we're in a condo, and we had a playpen and baby
Oh,
baby
God.
gear. They were all sick.
Awful.
I had to load them up. I had to drive. So I was in the car with them all the way down to the airport. And I was worried. They were actually starting to feel a little better. But I thought that I'm going to get sick on the plane.
It's gonna
Did
suck.
you?
No, I never got sick at all. But I thought I'm going to get it. And I'm going to be on the plane puking. And people, back then, the planes were packed out. Well, they would be today if it wasn't
Yeah.
for COVID. But so just imagine flying on a plane and you got kids puking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, COVID can't touch Steve.
People used to
Yeah,
smoke
I know.
on planes.
Yeah, that's crazy to me that there was a smoking section on a plane.
No, the
It
whole
was
plane you
anywhere.
could smoke.
But then then it was like the back few
Then,
rows,
yeah,
right?
then restaurants.
As if that's gonna do anything.
Yeah.
Like the smoke's not gonna travel to the front.
Restaurants went from you could smoke everywhere to a smoking section to
That's
no
so
smoking.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Like
And bars you could smoke.
some bars
the whole
you can- you
time.
can still smoke. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, can you? I
Well, like
thought it was-
dive bars in Vegas just smell like cigarettes.
Well, yeah, in Vegas. Yeah. Vegas is different though.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, they smoke in casinos. They
Smoke
have-
everywhere
yeah,
there. Yeah, you can smoke in like any casino.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they
Um,
got these big state-of-the-art air handling
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still smells like
equipment,
cigarettes
supposedly.
though.
But
I kind of like that smell. I told Kyle when we
yeah.
were there's something about it that I really enjoy.
Not into it.
cigar smoke's kind of. I like cigar or pipe. You said pipe smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like cow manure. I like to smell.
You like the smell of cow manure?
Well, not light. It just like brings back like a country kind of memory.
Nostalgic feeling.
Okay.
Like country.
Oh, playing in the manure as a young boy on my farm.
Yeah.
But
All right, wait. Let's look for one more. If John had ended up being a girl, what would you have named him? Did you guys have an alternative name?
I'm trying to think. We probably knew. We knew what you were. We didn't know what Morgan.
What was Morgan's guy name going to be?
Probably John.
So,
All right.
so if Morgan was a boy and she was John,
Well,
what would you have
John's-
named John?
I think didn't Mom say Brooke?
Yeah,
Brooke.
Brooke was our Brooke, and I think Morgan was actually not the first. I think Brooke was the first one.
Interesting.
The first choice. Why did you?
choice.
So why'd you
I
go
know,
with
last minute? I think.
last minute?
And then
change?
Morgan's middle name is after my sister, who had passed away around the same time. So that's Morgan Sheila. And you were, our first choice for you was Cole, but then because Bud had died, Karn's dad's name was John.
Oh,
so
I
that's
see.
why John is named after his.
So Cole's not after anyone. Cole's my middle.
Cole's middle name
It's just a
because it was
random
our.
name.
Well, that was you're John Cole Stephen. You have two middle names.
Yeah, you
Yes,
threw
it
your
was
own
gonna
name in the middle name.
It was going to be Cole Stephen for our, but then Bud died, and we kind of want to name you because
Oh,
Bud.
I see.
Bud helped us. Our inheritance helped us be,
Support a family.
support a family and have another kid or whatever. So
So you gave me the second most common name on planet Earth.
Is it really?
Yeah, Muhammad and then John. Those are the two
All
most
right.
common names
Well, that's
on
good.
the planet. So yeah.
You're just average.
John Wilkes Booth. Let's see, was he assassinate?
He was
Muhammad,
terrible.
There's a lot of
John F.
assassins
Kennedy, he
named
got
Muhammad.
assassinated.
What? All right. Well, we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. This has been super fun. Steve, thank you for
All right.
sharing your poem with the world.
That's
Well, look,
wonderful.
you guys, if you get some interest in doing a poem, what do you call like a wrap off?
Poetry slam.
Poetry slam.
Poetry slam, then I'm up for it.
Okay.
We can make this a
Yeah.
month. I don't want to do it like every week, but
Maybe like once every other month or something.
Sure.
yeah. we
Okay.
can revisit it.
Okay.
We'll have you back, Steve.
We'll see how
We'll see what-
versatile you can get.
Yeah.
Kyle, what should the people do if they're on the Apple Podcast app?
You should scroll down a little bit on our profile. Go to the little review section, click on the 5 stars, and then leave a little review. That would be super, super awesome.
Even if you're not on the Apple Podcast app, you guys should go do that
Yeah.
to get us to 500. And do it for Steve, okay? Steve has done it, and he has trouble sending emails, but he even left a review. So if he can
Wow.
do it, all of you should do it too.
No excuses now.
Kyle, where can they follow you on social media?
Instagram at Kyle Stafford 36. Follow the podcast at PIMS Podcast. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Come find us. Come say hi.
Yep. You guys can follow me at Hey Narwhal on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok.
Steve's got
And
some.
TikTok's not banned.
No,
TikTok's here
we're
forever.
still around.
It
Yeah.
That should be your A-list. or
Well,
whatever.
that was a few
That's-
weeks ago.
No, it was just.
Oh, we already did it.
It was
for
on the news last night.
Okay,
I
well.
saw it on the news.
Well, the news is delayed. But
So
guys,
it's old news.
Yeah.
yes,
Was it false news?
Fake news? Not
Fake
fake
news.
news.
not fake news. It's real.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much. There's new episodes every single Monday and Thursday. Full video versions available on YouTube. There's a second podcast called Not a Sheep with me and my buddy Matt, so go check that out. And with that being said, thanks again, Steve, and we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah.
Bye.
Now wait, if
Oh.
you were a good son, you would give me. I should be wearing a hoodie that says PIMS on it.
Yeah.
I
Ooh,
haven't-
just sweater vest.
I haven't a
sweater
PIMS
vest.
sweater vest.
Yeah.
I haven't ordered more black ones yet. I'll get you one soon. Don't worry. All
Well,
right,
wrap it up. Give it to me for Christmas.
All right,
All right,
see you
Well,
guys
you don't have
next
to buy
time.
me anything for Christmas.